Well, EIR stands for Entrepreneur in Residence, and this is a program that we've been proposing where federal agencies would take on real entrepreneurs that come in from the private sector to come in and be a part of the organizations and help drive innovation. Well, we believe right now that there's a tremendous opportunity to drive a lot of cost out of budgets because they're getting shrunk and there needs to be sort of faster, better ways to get things done. And we think having an outside perspective come in that has a view from how an entrepreneur might think about how to get things done is helpful. We use this at Dell. We're one of the only companies in the Fortune 50 to have an entrepreneur in residence. And it's great for larger organizations to get a perspective of how to do things a little bit faster, and how to bring new ways of thinking into the organization to affect change. Well, we've been able to launch something very unique called the Innovators Credit Fund from this program, and it's really attracted entrepreneurs from around the world where they didn't have access to capital, which is a pretty big issue globally for small businesses. And from this program, we were able to implement this Innovators Credit Fund, which put forth $100 million as available financing for entrepreneurial firms to take their ideas to the next level using technology. We think within the government, one of the other benefits that might happen is that from a lot of the legislation that's been put in place, mainly for bigger company issues, many small businesses have suffered in their ability to get their businesses up and running. We think having that perspective brought in from an entrepreneur might help streamline a lot of this legislation and regulation so that we can get back to getting entrepreneurs started up faster in this country because they create 2/3 of the jobs. So we think this would be a big benefit to the U.S. economy. Well, there's lots of ways. For example, the use of big data. This is a big buzzword now, where you get massive amounts of information, and if you analyze it better, you can get tremendous value at it. For example, there's a lot of statistics about the level of spending waste that takes place in the procurement processes within the government, and analytics is a great way to reduce that waste. It can detect errors and fraud and save a lot of money. The use of cloud computing can be used to dramatically consolidate the number of servers, for example, that are used in the government, which also then not only takes down the spending on hardware, but it also removes the footprint. So there's a lot of real estate that's devoted. So these are just a couple examples of tremendous savings that can happen from some of the innovations in IT. Well, I think there's several benefits. First of all, anytime we can increase the perspective of the government towards what businesses are facing, especially small businesses, this is really the crux of this. How do we get employment growing in this country, which comes from small business? So the one big benefit is increasing the perspective. Another one is simply cutting the cost of doing things from new innovative ideas. But probably the most important of all these is doing it fast. So I think the Entrepreneur in Residence will bring a level of precision and creativity that can also increase the speed. Even though I'm sure they'll face a lot of bureaucratic walls in how they go about getting their ideas to implementation, they will navigate through that and they will figure out how to get things done faster. Well, because we're talking about really calling on the efforts of very successful entrepreneurs, we have established this as a volunteer program, so we're really not asking for any funding. So it really has no additional cost. Yes, we actually have very real-time updates. So I met with Congressman Honda from California today, who is a sponsor for the bill, and just today we were able to secure Congressman Lankford from Oklahoma as a co-sponsor. And Senator Landrieu in the Senate is also sponsoring a piece of companion legislation. So we're really hopeful that in the late summer sessions we could see something be presented.